not making it one just yet. But I did not get good news yesterday at court. Kind of crashed out. Kind of just, yeah. Kind of just been trying to figure out how to communicate through this disappointment and also just not feel so let down. Like I really didn't think the state was about to help me. I really didn't. But I was really hoping that I'd be able to get some kind of peace of mind, like just know that he was away from me. And it feels weird knowing that they're not taking it very seriously what he did. Like it feels very much like not just not it's not anything I thought would happen. Like I thought sentencing meant that he would be taken away from the area, and that's not happening. Like they really gave him a slap on the fucking wrist. They really let him out. Like he really just doing whatever now. And what sucks is I don't live that far from where I used to live. And I'm pretty sure the family member that was taking care of him before is going to let him stay again. Because they would not release him unless he had a place to stay in the area. So I'm creeped out, weirded out, just honestly hoping that he doesn't call me or text me. Essence, I really don't know what that comment is about. Essence, I really don't know, but if you wouldn't mind explaining, I would love to know. Um, but as I was saying, I came here earlier yesterday and said I had to go to court because, as I said before, in June, a man tried to kill me. And I already told that story a few months ago, but if you missed the live, it's called like trigger warning for everything's fucked up. And I almost never came back. And I'm not trying to do too much. I'm just trying to say that like I was lonely, I was bored, I was horny, and I hooked up with a dude who like lived in the next building in my complex. And I really didn't think too much about it because we hooked up twice in knowing each other for like maybe 2, 3 months. And he was one of the people that knew I was squatting my apartment. So he felt safer than other people. On top of that, like whenever I really needed something, he would always come through for me. So it felt more like friends than like fuck buddies. But at some point, I think for him, it started being like, oh, I'm about to take advantage of this. And I didn't see it like that because I really didn't. I really didn't see it like that. As I said, like he was fulfilling companionship. If I was running out of anything, he also worked at a chicken spot, so he would bring food through. And again, there would just be a lot of times where I would just be lonely and bored and we would hang out. But at some point, I started telling him, like, you need to leave. Like, this is not, like, I don't want to hang out with you anymore. And that setting of boundaries was harsh, sure. But there were just moments where he would just pop out and the misogyny, it would just be like, oh, nah, like, clearly not. And again, I was trying my best to share with him and offer information to him. But in the end of our knowing each other, it was just obvious like he was trying to use the fact that he knew I needed support against me. And I wasn't feeling that. And so I kept on being like, hey, go home. Like, I'm not appreciating your energy. And the last time I told him to go home, I was trying to catch a moth and he kept bringing me a cup with some water in it. And I just told him to go home. And then he rolled up on me with a fucking knife and tried to kill me like several times. And there were moments where I was running away from him. There were moments where I was like talking to him. There were moments where I was telling him, like, this isn't what you want to do. Like, you have more life ahead of you. Like, this is not how your story ends, type shit. And I couldn't even focus on myself and like talking about my life or anything like that because it just felt like so clear to me that he was behaving in this way because he felt like I was about to discard him. And the truth of the matter is, I was like, I was realizing that he was dangerous. I was realizing that he was hurt inside, had a lot of things going on. I was also realizing that, if I wanted to do different things, meet new people, like this is a dude that thinks that I fuck with him, like for real. And I wasn't anymore. And I think as I was realizing I wasn't fucking with him anymore, he started to behave in a way that was erratic. And so him trying to kill me, that was obviously enough. I called the police immediately, but he had broke both my phones. So I literally had to wait for him to leave my apartment, for me to leave my apartment, and then call the fucking police. And again, I know you're like, wait, so he was trying to kill you and then he just left? Yes, bitch. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but he had a knife to my throat while I was on the toilet and was trying to stab me in the neck. And I literally was begging him not to do it. And he just kept on coming towards me. And I kept being like, please, like, this is not how this goes down. Let's think. I'm like, come on. I was like, I know you have more life. I know you have more things to do. And at some point it was obvious that it was working. What up, what up? But at some point it was just kind of like he was reconsidering. So there were multiple moments in that altercation where he was thinking about killing me and making moves to kill me. And then there were moments where we were having a conversation. I know that probably sounds crazy as fuck. It was. The only other time anyone's tried to kill me and I thought I was going to die, there were two other times. There were two other times where two other men had guns and were actively telling me that they were going to kill me. And in those situations, I didn't bother talking. Like in those two situations that happened before the knife situation, I just didn't even bother to speak because it's like, if you're gonna shoot me, bitch, you're gonna shoot me. Like there's nothing I could do. With a knife, I was a little bit more like, okay, I might be able to like figure this one out. I don't know why I thought that, but I feel like I kept a cool head despite him doing what he was doing. But I feel like that's the thing about going through like so much trauma in my life. Like I feel like I know how to get through situations, get through, but then I'd be sitting there months, years, like just looking crazy, like, oh wow. Like, so again, it's like, yeah, I got through that situation, but I literally had to relive it again. The first time I went to court, this is the second time I went to court, and they were just like, he's got time served. They were like community service type shit. He's never been in trouble before. Woo, woo, woo. And it's like, really? Like, I'm sitting there looking at his ass, smiling and shit. And I'm like, he is a killer. The only reason why he's not seen as one is because I got away from him. But he had intentions to kill me multiple times and told me he wanted me dead and that he was going to kill me. So what are we fucking doing? Like, it's just like, girl, are y'all okay? And I literally just got the fuck up in the middle of the court when they were doing the shits. And I go to walk out, then they're talking about something, they're going to detain me. I'm like, go ahead. I'm like, why would I stay next to a killer? So that was a whole situation. It was a mess. No, bitch, they definitely did. They were basically like, oh, like this seems like a lover's quarrel type shit. And I'm sitting here like, bro, we weren't lovers. We fucked two different times. But in that instance and at that time, we were no longer fucking. We were literally just homies, two dudes in an apartment, vibing every now and then. I'm not saying that like being in a sexual relationship with him was fucking wise, but I feel like we're beyond that. And I feel like the fact that that's being brought up is so scary because it's like, bitch, not you could fuck a dude and he's your biggest op, like literally wants to M-worder you. And like, they're like, well, you have fucked him. Girl, really? That matters? That's tragic. Like, wow, you really gotta keep your pussy to yourself these days. Like, that's what they're really telling us. They're like, keep your pussy to yourself because if they have fucked you, if y'all have fucked, like, if y'all have had sex before, then who cares what he does to you? Like, what kind of fucking message is that? Like, ew, that is fucking strange. But yeah, I crashed the fuck out. I literally have been sick all day. I've not felt good all day. I felt like it's on some psychosomatic type shit. Like I feel like mentally, I feel so destroyed. Like I just knew, bitch. Like I'm over here reading. They literally had the nerve to ask me if I wanted to read something I wrote. I'm like, actually, I do. I'm up there fucking talking about how he scared me. I'm talking about how, like, I don't know exactly how long I was being attacked by him, but I know that I'll never forget that in my entire life. Like, I literally was being candid. I was like on some, like, this shit rests in my hippocampus, bitch. And I literally just be crying randomly because I'll just randomly think about that shit. And it'll just be like, I'll just be living my life and then I'll just think about that shit. Or like, I'll just be like watching YouTube and like, there'll just be a scene in a show where somebody about to fucking die and they're begging for their life. And I'm just like, I know what that's like to know that you don't know what's about to happen next and you're just trying your best to let that person know, like, you don't want to die. Like, you trying to stay here and shit for a little bit longer. And then also, like, after so much depression, like, after just feeling so sad, it's like, damn, bitch, like, I was really fighting for my life. Like, that's just sad as fuck to, like, feel like you don't have no life. And then you're fighting for something that you literally don't even see. So I'm just like, why am I fighting, like, to stay here type shit? And, like, just going through mad trauma, bitch. Like, honestly, like, I'm not good, dude. Like, I'm not good. And I feel like, like, I really feel like I need to go somewhere. Like this is the thing that sucks. It's like, I really feel like I need to go somewhere. And, like, I'm terrified. Like, I really have never done no shit like this. I never went nowhere. I never fucking talked to nobody. But I really just feel like they're really playing with my life. Like, they really got this motherfucker walking around. And that's crazy. And, like, again, I said I didn't want him to go to prison for life or no shit. But this is, like, something I never thought. I just never thought it would come to this. Like, I never thought that he would just be free. And so I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I'm terrified, bitch. Like, oh my god. Oh my god. Miss Rich, I appreciate you for even just being here and just being candid. I appreciate you for even taking the time to say what you're saying. Cause it's like, babes, like it's the way, like, and I mean this with so much love, but like the only men that have tried to kill me have been black men. Like, I mean that so sincerely. Yes, I've had white men be abusive. I'm not trying to play with y'all. But the only men that have ever picked up a gun, a knife, anything to try to kill me, bitch, have been black men. And I'm just sitting here like, bro. And so I have mad empathy for black women, especially deep dark skinned black women, because again, like the statistics don't lie. Like black women and black men are mostly the ones in relationships with each other, no matter what interracial statistics you see. And so when black women are going through domestic violence, intimate partner violence, a lot of times it is black men. And so it's sick, bitch. Newbie, I hope you got my text message. But yeah, no, it's a sick thing, and I'm actually just like sitting with the reality that motherfuckers is free, and there's nothing I can do. Meanwhile, they're like, if you'd like to go to therapy, we got some therapy for you. We got some therapy vouchers. I'm like, sweetie, I really need like a mental evaluation because I'm just sitting with like this motherfucker smiled like as they told him like, oh yeah, a few more a few months of community service and that's just fine. And that's just fine. My god. Yikes. Namen, I don't know you, girl. I'm gonna get you up out of here though, because you seem to be bugging out a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I'm terrified. Um, but yeah, honestly, yeah, nobody should be enduring any fucking abuse, but it's also like I can't even imagine like there are people that go through way worse than me. Like I'm not trying to downplay what happened to me, but bitch, I fucking lived. Like at the end of the day, like I didn't have a fucking scratch on me, bitch. And at one point I'm on the ground, bitch. At one point I'm like trying to find my phone. He trying to wrestle me with a knife in hand. Like at some point I'm like, okay, so you don't want to really kill me, but you don't want me to call nobody. So it's like he over here breaking my phone. He over there smashing up shit. He over there breaking things. If he wanted to kill me, I truly believe he would have done it. But the fact that he even played like that, the fact that he even came at me with a knife, the fact that he was ever standing over me I'm on the toilet, he got a knife on my neck, like I'm about to get you. Oh my God. Now you're trying to give you something when you were 17. Jesus Christ. Listen, I'm not trying to make it seem like a white man better than a black man at any point. I'm saying that, like, when it comes to domestic violence statistics, baby, when it comes to my personal experience with intimate partner violence and like pew pews and stabs, a white man ain't never tried to fucking kill me, bitch. He ain't like he been mad. He done drove the car aggressively. But no, like never a knife, never a gun, babe. I'm not saying they never have a knife or a gun. I'm just saying me personally, I've only experienced physical violence in that respect. Like I'm like literally trying to sit here and think like, yeah, no, like white people will cuss you out, psychologically be fucked up. Absolutely. Absolutely. They'll slam a door, indeed, but a gun, a knife, I'm not saying that none do. I'm saying me personally, what I've experienced in my life. And again, the statistics that I'm reading. So I'm not trying to play anybody. Like if you want to, set it up like that, you can. I just choose to say men in general are fucking evil and demonic. But there are some men that have access to weaponry. And I'm not saying that no white men have access to weaponry. I'm saying the whites I was around did not have guns. I never was with a white with a gun. I feel like and I feel like even when I was around someone who was black, like romantically or just intimately, I didn't know they had a gun. It was like, oh, oh, oh. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. And that's another thing too. It's like I feel like the court system was very much giving like, oh well, you didn't die, girl, and also y'all have fucked before, so and it just felt very slut shamey. It felt very much like, well, close your legs, bitch. Like, don't try to fuck no more if you can't handle a little bit of, you can't if you can't handle a little homie, bitch. Don't be fucking these men. Like that's what I'm getting. Other people may be getting other information. I'm getting that. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you for weighing in. Again, I'm not trying to pit no men against no men. I'm saying all men are weird. I'm saying that me personally, I'm disgusted and distressed. And I'm smoking a lot of cigarettes right now. And I'm trying to cut them with rose petals, but that doesn't matter. Like I feel dehydrated. I'm drinking as much water as I can, but I'm not good, y'all. I'm not fucking good. And the only thing that is really working out for me is that someone actually is here and like sees what I'm going through and is doing their fucking best to support me. Like that is the only thing. And I know that sounds about fucking whatever. Actually, I'm lying. I feel like there's other little glimmers in my life, but like this really threw me off because again, I just knew I was going down here to give my little sermon and his ass was going to motherfucking prison. I just knew. I just knew at the end of my motherfucking commencement speech, they were like, and to the chunky with this one. They were like, oh no, girl, he free. No, girl, don't worry, girl. Like they told him he can't be near me, but that don't mean anything, bitch. Like the way that this city is laid, the way that this city is motherfucking laid, it's impossible to monitor him. Like I'm sick. I'm sick. They literally like slapped him on the wrist and just said, well, shut up. Nubia, how was your flight? Are you safe? Was it good? Um, yeah. No, thank you, King. Yeah, no, a bunch of people were like, "Do you want to move?" I was like, "Yes," but like I don't know where and like I don't know what to even I don't even know where to start with that. Like I'm grateful that I have friends that care about me and that want me to be safe, but it's like, bitch, like I literally just moved and like it don't even matter. Like I'm sick. Like the way I live mad close to my old apartment and it's like I don't live so close that like he could just walk up on me. But I live close enough to where like if him and his friends are sliding around town, they could easily pop up on me. And I live kind of tucked away. Like I'm not on a main road or nothing. But again, the way there's foot traffic on my street, I could tell it connects a lot of shit. So it's too much. Bitch, not Texas. Bitch, honestly, I want to visit the South so bad. Like Dane ain't never left Michigan, which feels crazy as hell. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying, listen, I have paperwork to do indeed, but their energy is very much just like, and we'll get to you when we get to you. Like they do not give a fuck about me, bitch. I have called them. I have tried to connect. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I do. I have all those things. But it's a matter of getting the help. Cause it's like I have called certain places and they were just like, we don't care. Like I used to live next door to a shelter for women who've been abused. And I literally called them the day after this shit happened and they were like, well, like those are the people that told me to call my fucking mom. Those are the people that were like, well, take care of yourself, figure it out. I'm like, okay, we'll do. So it's a mess. I know again, I know I have paperwork to do, and I know the paperwork is mainly about like getting me to sign up for like this services link for victims, which again, I was like, oh, I'm gonna take care of that after court. Like after I know he's in there, like I'm gonna fill out my paperwork. And they're just like, no, girl, you're actually about to watch us free the villain. And it's like, oh, cool. That's fun. That's really fun. Yeah, again, I had no idea that they would really just be like, fuck you. I didn't think it would go down like this. It's a very blue state, very liberal as fuck, but not enough. Not enough. What am I doing for my birthday? Honestly, I'm just trying to be in a hot tub with a bath bomb, like a CBD bath bomb in a hot tub. Um, I asked for a deep tissue massage because I feel like that would be a move. Um, but if I'm being super real, I'm trying to look for like a body care worker that's local so I could just like reach out to them and see what can happen because I'd rather just have someone that I consistently go to versus just one good time. Because I really need a lot of body work. Like I really feel like if I got some good massages, I feel like I could have like a real booty. I don't want to talk about it too much because it's personal, but again, I'm just saying like I've seen massage work really do a lot. I want someone to massage my backs. You know what I mean? Like and for all the big back bitches, you know what I'm talking about. I just want to see what can happen. Coming to New York City, bitch, don't play. Do not play. Do not play. But that's the thing, like, could I even make it in New York though? I don't really feel like I'm that girl. It's like I really feel like, as a 34-year-old, about to be 35, literally at the end of this fucking month, sweetie, I need to sit the fuck down. I literally need to sit the fuck down. Like, I literally need to sit the fuck down. I literally just got a job sitting the fuck down. That's the other thing too. Is like I had good news to share. Like I wanted to tell y'all so many good things, and like I'm gonna try to focus and like think about what happened on fucking Saturday or Friday rather, just to like lift up like what was going on. But I had so many good little things to share, and then like this shit kind of came out of nowhere. Like they called me on Thanksgiving, bitch. I know that sounds crazy, but they called me on the 27th, and were like, "Oh, by the way, you're going to court." I'm like, "Girl, what the fuck?" So all out of nowhere, they're like, "Oh, you're going to court." Then all of a sudden, it's like, "Oh, we also need you to talk." So it's like you're asking me for so much, and I'm thinking that they're asking me this shit because they know it's a slam dunk. Like I'm thinking that they're like You know, we want a word from the victim. You know what I mean? They literally used me. Like, they literally used me. They stole my time and my energy. Like, I really want to beat everybody's ass. I'm very disgusted with how it went down. And all I could do was cry and get the fuck away from the courthouse, bitch, because this motherfucker was free, ho. The fuck? And he is not like an old dude. He's 20 something, bitch. He's got a lot of life. A lot of life, bitch. And I worry about him trying to like be nice to me or reach out to me because he's Aquarius, bitch. I just worry about him thinking like the opposite of what he did is like trying to do something nice to me. And it's like, no, like, please, please, die, please. Please. Because it's like, well, like, babes, like, they let him out before. Like, that's the other thing, too. Like, when they first picked him up, they let him out. Like, that's why I'm even more mad. Because it's like, they've been sloppy with my fucking case. They picked him up, and then, like, the next day, I got a text message in the morning talking about, we've released him. Girl, what the fuck? And I woke up to that shit. It came hours before I woke up. And I'm like, wait, like, not you released him. They're like, we're just courtesy letting you know he's free. I'm like, girl, why isn't nobody coming to my door, an officer, somebody, to say, bitch, he could come back? Like, nobody said nothing. Get a fucking email or some shit. Literally got an email that was like, this is just an alert to let you know we freed that man that tried to kill you. It's like, oh, okay. Like, so keep in mind, I'm squatting an apartment. Whole time I'm there, I'm like, oh, like, cool. Like, a man tried to kill me. Then he gets picked up. Then he's just on the streets again the next day. Then I don't even know if he's picked up again. Like, I literally didn't even know he was back in jail. Like, I literally didn't even fucking know. I'm like, girl, I don't know what's going on with this case. But again, when I found out he was back in jail, I was like, oh, that's blessed. But I had to call some people to figure that shit out. Because I'm like, and like when I figured it out, they're like, oh, by the way, there's court. So that was the first court date situation where like I'm calling and they're like, oh, by the way. I'm like, girl, no, by the fucking way. And to be honest, I didn't even need to go at that one because they didn't even give a fuck about me being there. That first one was just like to let him know like you're God, which is weird because it's like, bitch, why call me for this? I just feel like the court system's sloppy. Anyways, like I said, I'm trying to like just remind myself that there's other good things happening in my life. I don't need to fucking be scared of this man. If he was gonna get me, he would have got me. I'm okay. I'm safe. Like, I have a knife right now. I have knives too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's weaponry around me. I'm just trying to remember. Yeah, no, New York City is never going to be for me. I love all you New York City girlies. You're so cute. Y'all look so fun, but the train is not for me. Seeing rats casually. I see squirrels every day. I'm good with that. No shade. No shade to anybody. But when I lived in Boston, I would see rats every day too. I'm Gucci. I can't do it anymore. They're terrifying. Like, I know, like, I'm sorry, but they were giving possum. If you've never seen a rat, an obese rat, then you won't understand where I'm coming from, but the rats are big as fuck. Now, am I saying people are infested with rats? No. I'm saying that in the streets, you may or may not see a rat, but probably will. No shade. I don't remember seeing squirrels out there. Don't remember. Pigeons and rats. Pigeons and rats. If anybody from New York wants to counter that, that's fine. I'm not currently there, but when I did visit multiple times in my life, I did see pigeons and rats. Exactly. I thought a rat was a possum once, and I was shook as fuck. Like, I was like, whoa, I didn't even know y'all came like that. His back was so big. I was like, I have never seen a rat with a back like that. And I was not trying to rhyme. Promise you, but I've never seen rats look like, you know. And again, it really got me thinking about the food supply, bitch, because I know somebody in New York frying rat. Let's be real. Let's just be honest. Somebody in New York is frying rats. Like, let's be honest. Some of them little food carts, bitch, definitely have rat on them. A little bit of rat. I wouldn't be surprised at this point because, again, it can't all be fat. Them rats are strong as hell. I've seen them scale so many buildings. They have muscle. There's meat on there. There's definitely meat. Not the Haitians. Don't do that. Don't do that, Nubia. Don't do that. Don't do that. But I'm sure somebody got some rat. Don't do that though. You wild for that one. You wild. Leave the Haitians alone for real. I'm screaming. Okay. I'm screaming. Not the fucking. I'm fucking screaming. Oh my god. Native, are you okay? Native, we're gonna have to put you up out of here because we kind of worried about you, girl. We worried about you. Just lay down. Just put some Tylenol on it. Just put a hot wash rag on it. Just please, just a little bit of Fabuloso, sizzle it in the back. I don't know, but something needs to happen immediately. Anyways, on Friday I went to an event that was anti-capitalist in nature, basically meaning that like the whole point of the event was not to spend money. And so if you are someone who is at your wits end with capitalism, I hear you. Go on Facebook and type in buy nothing and then the closest city to you. If your city doesn't have one, that's okay. Type in the biggest city in your state or the biggest city you can easily get to. And maybe consider reaching out to some friends to do the same because y'all may be able to find some shit on there and go and do a pickup together. There's all types of shit on buy nothing groups like that. There's people making requests for Christmas trees, people making requests for people to do some kind of like home labor. I know this one person just randomly in the group was like, "Hey, I want to start I just want to start doing something for the community." They were like, "I'd love to help walk people's dogs if they needed help walking their dog." They're like, "I'd love to help people, clean their litter boxes." And this person wasn't trying to get no money. Like the whole idea was just to do it for free. And I was like, honestly, if you ever get some hazardous waste, just reach out to me because I don't mind. Like I'm not disgusted easily by things. So if you need help with like a certain like hazardous like moment, just reach out. And so there it's literally a group where people are figuring out how to help each other in real time. Like I think I told y'all I wanted to start a potluck group where like we just meet up and have a potluck. Like whatever you have in your fridge, bring it with you, and we'll all meet up with what we have, and we'll figure out how to fucking grub the fuck out. And again, I don't expect it to take off immediately. It takes a lot of time and energy to coordinate these things, but I still think a group where like everyone knows how to cook and a group where everyone knows like they only have maybe one thing to bring. Like they may only have one thing. Like I stay having noodles. I could always bring a good ass noodle to the event. I could always bring a fucking my fun or some kind of like Indian or Thai inspired dish. I know how to make that shit. Like I've literally taken the time to learn the spices and figured it out. And I'm grateful for these communities offering these things for us to enjoy. With that being said, if I know how to make like the good ass sauce with the motherfucking with the meat in it, who's making the rice? Who got a salad? Like it's shit like that that needs to happen. So, anyways, I was in this group. It's called like Give and Grow, and basically the whole group is about offering things that you have. And so I offered a free reading, tarot card reading, and then all of a sudden, this girlie who was like the mod for this group was telling me that she was putting on an event and that she wanted me to come, and I was like, okay, bet. And the event was very interesting. It said that it had, there's going to be a massage table, meaning that people will be able to get 10-minute massages. There was going to be a table, like 3 different sewing machines with patches and things to like just make your outfit or garment look a little cuter, or a little bit more punk, whatever the fuck you were thinking. And like there were 3 women who were sewing people's shit, like fixing holes, mending things. There were people that were getting alterations done on dresses and just coats, all types of things. And then there was also a woman doing tarot. There were a couple bands doing some sets. There was also a bunch of workshops. Like there were just a lot of things going on, and I invited Ren. Sometimes they're they're one of the mods here, and me and Ren linked up. I've asked the tarot card reader who was already reading if it would be cool if I read tarot there too, because I've been trying to kind of like put myself out there in a way that I actually want to be putting myself out there. And like working with plant medicine is one thing, but like being able to, I don't know, like I just feel like being able to read tarot has been like a gift in my life, and so I try to share it ethically. I try not to be on some this is all I'm doing out here. Like, just I feel like I'm trying not to pimp my cards. You feel me? And so I was like, I'd love to read for this event. It sounds fun. So, as I said, there's a tarot card reader. There's all these events, but also there's a pool. There's like three pool tables in this bar setup, and they're covered in clothes. So many clothes, bitch. I want to say I found this sweater, and it was so fucking cute. But I knew that my friend Ren was kind of like just like that's the thing. Like when I was doing the tarot table, they gave me my own table, which is really fucking nice. But Ren, at one point started talking to these two people who popped up for a reading, and they had such a great conversation that I was able to like walk away from the table, which was really nice because I felt kind of like, damn, I said I was gonna do tarot card readings, but then at some point I'm like, damn, I don't want to miss out on this free shit. Like there were like so many free things, and then there was like a free store. Like it wasn't just clothes. There was clothes and shoes and bags and scarves and all types of shit. But then also there's mad housewares like bowls, plates. I got a cutting board. I got a fucking wine opener. Like there were a bunch of things that people brought. And my friend Ren actually sold like two of their like suits. Like they had these really cute, I can't think of the name of it. Like if you're a really fancy suit wearing person, then maybe you would know, but it was like some British like two-piece suit situation. They were really cute, but the bartender was like, "Let me see them shits," and like gave them hella money for it. It was really cool. But yeah, also the drinks that night were like $4, or if you bought a beer, you could get a shot with your beer for $5, which like made me want to cry because like this feels like when I was in New Orleans, that's what the prices were. Like you could pay $3 for a drink. Like it wasn't no like don't get me wrong, it was a little ass plastic cup. It wasn't the littlest plastic cup, but it was a nice little drink for $3, you know? I'm not about to spend $8, $10 on a drink, bitch. I might as well just buy a fucking bottle at that point. But with that being said, like I am a broke poor hoe. And like this is my broke poor hoe drinking politics. I don't want to spend more than $5 on a drink. And to be honest, like that night, like I got tipped by two white ladies, which is really fucking nice of them. And I just bought drinks for me and my friend because, like, honestly, I feel like me and Ren, like, when we go out or we hang out, like, I feel like we mostly just get high. We've never drank together, and they're a Cancer. And so I'm like, bitch, I want to see what you be like when you be a little tipsy. So it was cute. They got a sex on the beach, which inspired me to get a sex on the beach. And then I threw up in the morning the next day. So I'm never gonna do that again. But shout out to Malibu Rum. No, King M, it was so amazing. I really loved it. It was one of the best times of my life. I remember there was a moment where I was outside smoking and there was a white trans woman outside smiling. And I looked at her and she said, "Sorry, I'm freaking out, but in the good way." And she was just standing outside smiling like hard as fuck, like happy as hell. And I was like, this is what I want my life to be. Like, I don't want to be anywhere where like I can't see shit like this. I saw so many trans women like happy as hell. I saw this like fat black femme wearing a leather jacket and she had braces and she was so cute. And she was just bopping around, eating vegan food, having a good time. There was so much vegan food too. And then also, I think I brought up the fact that me and this white person had like a beef and it like sucked because like I feel like I think I told y'all I had a crush on them, but then like things were transpiring and it was like weird, and then we got into a beef. And we actually saw each other, and I'm gonna be so fucking for real. When I first seen them, I did not know who they were because they were so bundled up. And I just smiled at them, was like being nice or whatever, but like I couldn't hear what they were saying. They were so muffled by their coat. And I'm literally just trying to get out of their fucking way. And then at some point they take off their coat and I see that it's the person I have beef with, and I'm like, honestly, I make eye contact and I'm like, I'm like, oh, I was like, hey, I was like, genuinely didn't expect to see you here. Don't really know what to say. So, yeah, I'm gonna just take a right over here. I'm gonna just walk away. I genuinely didn't know you were gonna be here, so I didn't rehearse what to do. And then I walked the fuck away. And then like after that, she like rolled up on me and was like, can we talk? And I was like, yeah. And then we talked. And Ren was like, "Let me know if I got to fight with you." I was like, "Ren," I was like, "We do not have to fight her. I promise you." But I live for Ren having my back like that because that was cute as fuck. But yeah, we basically reconciled, but it was awkward because I just feel like I talked way too much. Like I was already drunk. I was already fucking fucked up a little bit, and so I was like, "Damn." But yeah, no, I feel like at this point, I feel like it's awkward because I feel like they wanted to like be cool again, but they were like not that cool. Like I feel like they're trying to like mitigate how cool we are now, and like I get it, and I'm just like trying to just like fall back on like everything at this point. I just feel like you know what, whoever wants to be my friend, I'm open, but I'm not about to like be acting like oh my god like you got hey like no like if like come on now. Like I just feel like at this point, I feel like I don't know, bro. Like I feel like it's a lot of pressure. I feel like I'm the kind of friend that's like, oh, there's this event happening. I try to invite people to events. Like if you can't make it, that's fine. I'm not about to press you for a one on one. That can be a lot, but I do think a one on one is necessary every now and then. Like I do think a one on one, a hang, check in, that makes sense. But I'd rather just be like, hey, while you're hanging out with me, come and get this free shit. And so that's what the point was with me and Ren. Like we literally went to this free event, and then also Ren brought me a new tarot card deck, which was so kind of them because my tarot card deck looks like it has been ate up a little bit. But there's a part of me that's like, it has charm. But with that being said, Ren gave me the tarot card deck, and I'm in the middle of talking to this woman, and I'm saying this for anybody who like is still learning to read tarot, but I got the Four of Cups. And one thing to remember is the fours are mercy. The fours are big, like just offering some motherfucking peace, bitch. Like offering a little bit of peace. And so the Four of Cups, you typically see somebody like sitting, like they're leaned up against a tree. Like you know how you be like, or maybe when you was a little kid, like you just be sitting on a tree, just relaxing in nature. And they have some cups. They have three cups spilled, and they're so focused on the cups that are spilled that they can't see that like there's literally source like offering them another cup. And so the energy that I get from that card is like the universe trying to talk to you, source spirit trying to talk to you, and you're so focused on like how you didn't have this connection, how this person didn't pan out, how you didn't get that job. Like you're so focused on the shit that ain't working out that you're not looking at all the signs that are trying to show you like this is a part of the new path. Like these things didn't work out, so this shit could. And so I asked her, I was like, have you been getting messages from spirit that you've been ignoring? And she got scared as fuck. And she's like, I don't really know what to do. Like, she's like, I'm getting information. I'm hearing things. I'm seeing things, but I don't know what to do. I was like, do you have tarot cards? She was like, no. And so I gave her the deck that Ren gave me. And she's like, are you sure? I was like, yeah. I was like, I already have a deck. I was like, you're the one that don't have a deck. I was like, look at you. You about to ignore another message from Spirit. Spirit's literally trying to give you motherfucking information so you can get into yourself a little bit more. And you pushing it away. And so she took the card deck and then she came back and gave me $20. I was like, thank you. And I was like, thank you, girl. And I turned around and spent that on my bitch. It was so cute watching Ren get a little tipsy. But I feel like for the most part, the big thing that happened that night was I met Audrey. And so Audrey is a trans woman who did a card reading with me. Like I read her cards and she was gagging. Like she was the card reader for the night, but I had offered to come in and share. And she was like, honestly, because you're here, I get to go like enjoy the event. I don't have to just sit here and do tarot card readings all night. I'm like, of course, girl, have fun. And so while she was mingling, I was doing readings, and then there would be times where she would come back and do readings, and I would go mingle. And it was a cute little tag team on the tarot card readings. But at some point, she came to sit for a reading for me, and she was kind of like, "Damn, girl, like you really read the fuck out of me." She's like, "Do you think that you would want to like, work at a shop?" And I was like, "Maybe." And she's like, "Well, I work at a shop right now, and we're trying to figure out like how to get more people." And I was like, "For real?" And she's like, "Yeah." And so I went there after or before I went to the court. I popped up because I was told like that she had already had my phone number, and I was like, "Thank you." And so I went up over there, and the lady Luna was like really impressed by me. She really fucked with my energy. I also was really impressed by the shop. It was like y'all already know, I worked in a witch's shop before, so it's very much a witch's shop. They have a little spot to do tarot card readings, which is really cool. They have a bunch of herbs. Like I actually was gagging because they have rose petals, and I was like, "Girl, let me find out. I could just buy direct for my job. That would be fucking sexy because I don't like buying them from where I'm buying them right now. The man I'm buying from, he's only getting my business because he got other shit that I like, but I hate this man." He's just an asshole. And I feel like every time I see him, I know he'd be shook because I applied to work there and I did an interview with him, but his energy was shitty. Like, I feel like he wanted me to be like, he wanted me to beg for it. Like, at one point, he's like, a lot of people want this job. I was like, that's real. But like my energy was like, I'm either gonna get this job or I'm not. Like, sweetie, I've never had to beg for a job. Y'all either see the material and want to fuck with me or you don't. Like, it's really this or that. Like, I just feel like his energy was like, oh, you're not about to suck up to me. You're not about to, and it's like, no, I'm really not. Like, I'm here. Like, I don't know. I feel like he really wanted me to be like crazy. And it's like, and again, I feel like, I don't know about you, but I feel like I be getting the job so fast. And sometimes I just be like, okay, what's next? Like, motherfuckers be mad, like, that I be ready to work. It's like, bitch, what the fuck? That's how I be knowing, like, I can't work with that person. Because I'll be like, all right, give me the paperwork. Like, let's get it together. Like, the fuck? I'm trying to get this check, ho. I read the job description. I can see that this seems like a place I'll work. What's next? And then next thing you motherfucker know, you're trying to work with this motherfucker, he's being evil to you. So yeah, I don't know. But I feel like every time I see him now that I go in there, like every now and then, he'll just give me this look like. But here's the thing: he don't have no people of color that work there. Like, that's another thing. That's another reason why I wasn't really that stressed. Because it's like when I really noticed after I didn't get it, like how everybody that worked there has been white consistently. It's like, bitch, you was just really trying to fuck with my psyche because you really was acting like I was supposed to give you something. I don't know what he thought, but at one point I think he thought I was like just too chill. And it's like, the shop is like a fill-up shop. It's literally like one of those shops where like you feel like if you do too much, you might break some shit. So it's like, yeah, I'm calm. I'm big as fuck. Like I can't be doing too much in here, bitch. Yeah, I'm leaning into stoicism. And his energy was just like, no. But you know what though? Sometimes I have to hold that sometimes white people really want me to be like a Wanda Sykes or some kind of like, caricature character. And it's like, sir, this is a job like where I'm bagging up, rose petals and millet and motherfucking, all types of shit they got up in there. But you actually just found out that we have a candy section and they have these things called neon sour frogs, and it's these giant gummy frogs. I'm like, who be eating gummy frogs, bro? Like, I'm sorry, like some snacks just be throwing me. I'm like, motherfuckers really be sitting there chewing on a gummy frog. I guess. I'm sorry. It just made me think of somebody who recently bought a dildo, but they thought it was a gummy worm. And I'm just like, why would you not? Like, how do you not know that's a dildo? But yeah, he definitely thought it was a gummy worm. He was sucking on a fucking dildo that it kind of did look like a gummy worm. I'm not gonna hold him. But damn, it is like he had glasses on too. I'm just like, what were they doing? What were the glasses doing? Because they were not helping. They were not offering support in that moment. The glasses just seemed like a liability. Cause I don't know what the fuck you could read that like I don't know how dildo turns into gummy snake. I don't know. I'm just trying to really think about. I don't wear glasses yet, bitch, and so I'm just like, what is happening? Like, how could you make that mistake? But then again, people be doing shit for the fucking view and the click, bitch. So who knows? Anyways, I feel like before I get the fuck up out of here, I want to say that I am partly distressed, partly optimistic, partly trying to avoid a grippy sock vacation because again, I feel like I know that the likelihood of this man trying to kill me again is probably lower than I want to hold, but at the same time, I don't know why I'm saying that. Like there's a part of that's like, what tells you this? Like you got away the first time. That doesn't mean you'll get away again. And I feel like that's where I'm at. Like it's just like, bro, it's the way my stomach hurts. Like just thinking about like how like just like I was just telling Dane I want to start going for walks around the neighborhood. Now I'm like, do I? Like it's the way I've been like slightly still isolating, even though I moved to a new place. Like I'm still kind of like scared to like really go outside and really like get caught up in anything. Like I don't know. I just have so much fear like in this moment because I've like actively been like harassed by like so many white people recently. Like it's been actually terrifying. And again, I usually don't really think too deeply about white people. Like I'm just like, anyways, like okay, like I just stay away from people. But it's the way that I literally have a hater in Texas. I'm literally terrified of this bitch. Like she literally hates me so bad that she like literally goes out of her way to try to fuck with me like on the internet. And it's like, girl, and she makes it known that it's her. Like she's not just like a bully, like she's not just a villain. She's like a personalized villain. And it's just so awkward because it's like one time I got her fucking account banned and that bitch like I feel like ever since that because she literally like bitch she literally told me that I'm a crackhead and that like she was like, oh, she's like, you're a crackhead who didn't vote for anybody, so like you're a loser. And I'm like, okay, like I don't care like how you feel. Like I'll be a crackhead and I didn't vote, like and like why does that matter to you? But she's like really fucking vexed by me, bitch. Like she's so caught up, like she's so mad. And it's awkward because again, like I don't know this woman. I don't know her. I don't know her at all. But the way that she is like trying to eat me up. And again, like this is not the first instance. There was another moment where she was mad because I made a post being like, I'm tired of white people. Like she's one of like I genuinely think she's white and I genuinely think that like she's like angry about like me being candid about white supremacy and like whiteness. And again, don't get me wrong, like I'm not gonna fucking play with y'all. Like I do think that like 10 years ago, me saying that white people are demonic or white people be acting a certain type of way, people had a little bit more grace seemingly, but I also think that's not it. I think that it's more socially acceptable to be anti-black in a way that's like so loud that again, I'm not trying to be fear mongering. I'm trying to offer that Ren, one of the black femmes that mods the space, literally offered that we are on some J. Crow shit and was invoking that like Jim Crow is happening again. And like again, like the history is really cyclical. Like being in this time feels very much like the 1920s. If anybody does any looking, what up, what up, what up? I'm crying, Akasha. Not you calling all the names, bitch. Call all the corners. I'm screaming. I'm a scream. But yeah, no. Anyways, it just feels very much like not not a time to be outspoken, and yet I feel like that's when it's the most important to be. Like when it feels like motherfuckers is mad at you for just talking, like it feels like that's when you need to be talking more. But it's the way that like I've just seen a lot of people crashing out recently, and I just again mentally I'm trying to prepare myself for the reality that as I said before, like we're in a time where like people are realizing, oh, like non-white people can be the oppressor. Got it. And so because of that, like, reality that we're in a time where like people are moving beyond white supremacy being the culprit and are like, oh, it's these black people, it's these brown people. And it's frustrating because it's like white supremacy can be living in anyone. Like, to be fair, we're living in it. So I can't imagine that it's not in our bodies in some way, you know? And so with that being said, like, I don't ever want to be like sitting here looking at individuals like, yeah, it's you, like, you're the one that's problematic, like, definitely not. But with that also being said, like, we are in a time where like people can see the op is not always white, and that's again another place to be, another place to hold that, not everybody going through the same shit, not everybody saying the same thing, not everybody seeing the same stuff. And again, like, I'm bringing this up because I feel like this is important for me to say as someone that is very much like, how do I say this? I feel like as much as I've talked about gender and transness in the past, I think at this point, I feel like I'm more comfortable naming myself as a agender person. I genuinely don't think too deeply about how I'm presenting unless I know for a fucking fact that dressing more femme would mean a positive experience for me. If I know that it won't matter how I show up, I won't care too deeply. But if I know that people are going to do nicer things for me, if I like if I know that I'm going to like a restaurant where I'm going to sit at the bar and like do some art or something like that, I might dress more femme-centered just depending on the area that I'm in. But if I'm at like a queerer space, a space that allows me to be more like fluid in my presentation, I will definitely take that opportunity to dress however the fuck I want without any mindfulness about who could be perceiving me. With that also being said, being agender to me really means that I am constantly choosing my own adventure. I don't wake up and think I have to do this or that because I'm a woman or do this or that because I'm a man. I think, what do I want to do because I want to do it? How do I want to dress because I want to dress that way? What color am I inspired by today? Is it a makeup day or no? Like, that's really my energy. Um Word. I appreciate you, babe. I appreciate you genuinely. But with that being said, like, I'm not operating like I know how people are gonna see me. If people say that I'm a girl, like if someone comes up to me and says, oh, she, her, I personally don't give a fuck. But again, I do think that like asking people like what they'd like to be called, what their pronouns are, makes sense. Cause I've definitely fucked up and assumed people were, he, him when they weren't. And so with that being said, I want to just offer that I don't know every goddamn thing. I'm still learning. And at some point, yeah, I thought I was a trans man. At one point, I thought I might have been a sexy stud. At some point, I learned that stud is actually a word that is for black men or black folks who are masculine of center who identify as lesbian. There's a lot of information out there to really read about when it comes to transphobia and just the intersection between like masculine of center lesbians and anti-blackness. And so where I'm going with this convo is just to kind of offer that very recently I've noticed a very big swing for some black folk to be outwardly quite transphobic. And I want to just urge anyone here that really thinks that transphobia makes sense to please look into early Black LGBTQIA contributions. I really need y'all to get into Marsha P. Johnson. I really need y'all to get into Bayard Rustin. I really need that. I really, 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 really need that. Like, I really do. Like, I need y'all to get into James Baldwin. Like, I really need that. Because, again, I'm noticing a very big push from the Republican side to sway black women. I don't know if anyone else has seen this, but I have actively seen Republicans advocating that black women need to be targeted because most black women vote in a way to where they're caring about other people's rights and not focus on quote unquote their own interests. And I've seen a lot of rhetoric suggesting that most black women are actually Republican in the way that they think. And I need y'all to know this conservative push is anti-black. It is not meant to align you with the right people. It's meant to push you out of community with marginalized folks. And that's the other layer to this, is that there are a lot of black folks I'm seeing making the case that, black trans people don't matter and there's no point in supporting black trans people or black queer people. And I would really hope that folks do some digging into the genesis of transphobia, do some digging into gender and the project of white supremacy, because I promise you, this is a motherfucking whole scheme that Todd set up to bring Candy the bullshit. The shit distresses me to see black folks act as if their gender is solidified within white supremacy. It is super not. That is why white supremacy begs of black people to perform their gender in such a way. Like, that's why there's such a big focus on the war, the gender wars between black women and black men. This shit is motherfucking planted within the system of gender. It's like, if white men are seemingly supposed to be the top and black men are not supposed to be like overtaking or be equal to white men, then who are they about to fight with? Especially if whiteness is purporting that white women and non-black women are motherfucking softer and some different types of people. Like, as long as like non-black women are seen as softer than black women, as long as white women are seen as the softest, like, that is a part of gender that is bullshit. Like, there is a lie, a huge lie, that white people are just so beautiful. And we're being fed that shit every day. We're also being fed that white femininity, blonde hair, blue eyes is the standard. Many of us know that our ideas of beauty are not focused on white people. And yet, at some point, some of us have to acknowledge that it may have been. That at some point you may have had a crush on white people. You may have watched a lot of white TV shows. Like, at some point you may have realized and deprogrammed. What a beautiful moment. But let's be clear. Like, anti-blackness and transphobia are best friends. Anti-blackness literally informs us that black women are, quote unquote, at the bottom. How can black women be at the bottom of anything? How could, like, that means that there's a pecking order. That means someone created this. That means someone's invested in the belief system that white is the best. If within that system, we are noticing that black men are not to be found, that for some reason the focus is on making sure that black women know that white women are the most feminine. What is the point of that? And it's frustrating the fuck out of me because, again, people will run with this lie that black women are unfeminine, but they can't explain what femininity is. Because it's not about that. And I was about to admit, bitch, I meant to fucking text you. My bad, Edna. My bad for real. I got some crazy ass news and it kind of spiraled me, bitch. My bad for real. I hope y'all didn't see my titties for real. But yeah, anyways, like, I'm just trying to offer that anti-blackness is within transphobia, and that just like listen, I went into a conversation where they're trying to drag the model Anak for responding with a Kanye West picture in the vein of, well, I'm coming out of context with this, but right now if you care about model news, I genuinely don't care about model news, but it's trending. But there's a model named Anak. I'm blanking on her last name. But she, honestly, at this point, she is a one-name model. Let's be honest. Like, she really is that girl. With that being said, Anak has been killing it. Apparently, like, she has been snubbed for the past 2 years in a row now to get Model of the Year. And here's the thing. I would love to see that for her. I would love for her to win. That'd be cute. But I also want to acknowledge that, like, in this moment, there's a white trans woman being celebrated. And for some reason, folks are taking that as a moment to, like, ignore that it could really just be white supremacy. It could really be that. And instead of folks just holding that, like, this white model got chosen and maybe it wasn't her time, or maybe it wasn't, maybe folks don't feel like it was for her. That's fine. But the idea that like her being a trans model is a part of the conversation is so frustrating, because almost immediately upon a knock like posting her picture and then making her tweet about how she supports the trans woman who has won, there's this moment where a bunch of people were like, "Oh, I thought Anak was trans." And I feel like people don't want to talk about this because it's an awkward convo. But again, I have nothing to lose. Like, I have everything to gain. Like, I don't want any black trans people to be hurt. So my thought process is like, let's just be candid as fuck. There are going to be black women who are harmed in this fight. And I really want y'all to know it's not necessary. Oh, no, no, no. I don't disagree with you. Anak definitely got snubbed. But again, and I also feel like the last snub was awkward because they kept saying, like, I just feel like in both snubs, people are like, oh, they're trying to seem diverse. And it's like, I mean, I feel like there was one, I'm blanking on her name, but there was this one model who won like a doot won a few years ago, and people are acknowledging that like that's it, that like that no one else is gonna get nominated, no darker skinned black woman is gonna be. I want to say Adu Akesh was the winner like 3 years ago. I could be wrong. Again, I don't follow model news, but I be trying to understand where people are coming from. And again, saying that Anak got snubbed is real. Saying that Anak got snubbed because this woman was a white trans woman, it's just like, let's not do that. Let's say that whiteness won. Let's say white supremacy won. Let's not offer that like if she wasn't white and trans, she wouldn't. She is though. Like, what's the point of that? Like, I feel like there was just a moment where it was just awkward because again, as I said, there are going to be more black women harmed in this conversation, and in this practice. And I'm just really urging a lot of black folk to hold that, like, if you do start to internalize transphobia and do start to hold it, you're going to find that there are a lot of white people who start to think that you're trans. Like, I'm telling you right now, a lot of people are not going to see it, but there's going to be a fixation that makes people start to look at you and say, you are trans. I'm telling you right now, because as soon as the convo started happening, a bunch of people started saying Anak was trans. And here's the thing, there's no problem with trans people. There's no issue if someone is trans. I really wish we would just stop using trans as an insult, because again, when we do shit like that, it makes it unsafe for all of us. Also trans people, but also black folk. And so with that being said, like, there are a lot of black folks who are not holding that, like, and it's awkward because again, like, as we hold that black women are the most marginalized, we have to also hold that black trans women are also the most marginalized within that group. And so there are a lot of black women who I'm noticing, black cis women, who don't want to share the space of marginalization, which is awkward, because I'm noticing that instead of like holding that like y'all have shit in common, there's a desire to be like, oh, we're not like them. And it's like, yikes. Because again, like, there's this desire to not be seen as masculine to the point where they're denying actual, like, within group harm. And it's frustrating because again, being kind or loving towards black trans women, being loving towards black trans people, that doesn't make anyone trans. It doesn't make anybody dumb. It doesn't make anybody bad. And yet I'm seeing a big push to like radicalize black women around like transphobia, but also bigotry within black spaces against black trans folk. And again, I just want to hold that, just like in some black households, there are black children who know that they're gay, who know that they're trans, but they also know that they'll get beat. They'll also know that they'll be homeless. Like, I just want y'all to hold that some folks are really only performing straight because of violence, because they know that they're gonna not have a family anymore. I just need y'all to know that there are so many trans people that are not bothering to talk about their transness because once they do, they know that they won't have any support in their family or friend group. It just is the truth. I need y'all to know this, that there are so many folks in the black community that are gay as hell. But again, the way white supremacy um sees black people as incapable of being straight people, incapable of being like gendered people. Again, that's the whole point of white supremacy truly, is to bastardize black folk and blackness from anything, is to release blackness into nothingness and also subjugation at the same fucking time. It is literally like I was reading like it's literally like I can't remember what the fuck I read, but they're basically saying that anti-blackness is like it's the event of killing black people before they've died. And so I just want to hold that like that's what transphobia is as well. It is killing black trans people before they've already died. So just putting that out there, that there is this way that like white supremacy expects black death and perpetuates it on black people. And I'm seeing some black people think, oh, well, if we shun the trans people, that's part of why there has been conversation, even though folks were voting for Kamala, folks were still feeling ways about transness being at the forefront of anything or any conversation. We must talk about this. And that's the thing too. Just like most men perform straightness, I genuinely have been noticing like white straight cis women performing in this way where they're like, oh, we want to help, we want to be so helpful. But at the same time, y'all are fucking and birthing the fucking oppressor. So I think that that's like also another layer to this conversation, is that like we're noticing white women like acting as if they could be helpful, and really, as long as y'all are willing to keep on carrying the oppressor and not unlearn, and again, I am seeing a lot of women decide like, oh, we're going to be child free, we're going to be 4B movement, 5B, 6B, 7B movement. That's great. That's great. I love it. But then also, like, we must address how white women don't really know how to build connections and friendships. Like, that's just that on that. A lot of white people get together and they just share resources with each other. Like that's the thing about it. A lot of white people are not friends with each other. Like they'll just sit around each other and just like not be broke together. They'll literally make sure that the other person eats together. Like there's a community spirit around whiteness that, again, I already know exists because I know white people have like taken me in a certain way, and I want to hold that. I've been doing like some reappraisals on like where I'm coming from, because like me and Dane were talking about how like we used to have mad white friends. We used to be like the token person of color in our friend group, and like we weren't really thinking about it like that. We were just thinking like, we have these friends. Like we weren't thinking about what those friends were having, like how our friends had us, if that makes sense. And so with that being said, I'm trying to just be more mindful about like talking to white people and being in white people's ear. But I did want to gently come to some black folk, because I know that there's some folk that follow me here that are usually more gay or trans or not straight people, which I love to see that. But I know that there are some people that are straight that still follow me and still think about themselves as a straight person, which is fine. I don't want to make you gay. I don't want to make you trans. That's not even how it works, but also like that's not what I want. Like I don't want there to not be straight people. I feel like that's the other thing too, is I feel like a lot of straight people are so worried about all these queer people like changing straight people, and it's like, y'all, stand firm in your orientation, please. Like isn't that hilarious to think that like we're all being indoctrinated to be straight, and the straights really think that the minority of us that are gay, trans, and queer want y'all to shift and be like us. Isn't that like the projection, bitch? It's just like, listen, I'm telling you, when you start to really look at privilege in the face, you're like, wait, so you get to indoctrinate me with straightness and homophobia. Like you get to actively perform like being queer is bad. and then I can't tell you being straight is bad, or else I'm trying to make you gay. Okay. All right. All right. So again, that's why I don't take none of this shit very seriously, because again, I also know that like people being straight or gay or trans, like it's really a personal journey at the end of the day. Like nobody can make you anything. You can see some shit and like it and feel ashamed. That's possible. I think a lot of us don't want to talk about that as much as like we want to talk about people being down low. Like people want to talk about down low people, people in the closet, people being secretly gay, secretly trans. People love to talk about shit like that and be laughing. But if we really got into like all of the fucking bitch trigger warning for abuse, all of the ways that like men are abusing other men and will never speak on it. Like there's a lot of sexual assault that happens to men, and I'm not trying to take away from the sexual assault happening to femmes. I'm just trying to uplift that that's their culture. There are many men abusing each other in silence. And to talk about it would mean you're gay. So why would they talk about it? Again, I don't think that these men are gay, but these men think that they're gay. These men think that they might be queer. And don't let them have had a sexual experience with a man and have enjoyed themselves. Then they're burrowing even deeper. And again, I'm not trying to take away from anybody who's queer and coming into their identity. I'm just trying to offer that like there's moments in our lives where we're not being given the full expression. And I think that's what I'll leave you with, is that a few weeks ago I was talking about how, sometimes, my friend will make fun of me and be like, your white ancestor is coming out when I like certain shit. And I'm just like, no, bitch, it's not a white ancestor. Because let's be real, white people aren't the freest people, or rather, they're not the only people who have desires and like things. And so there's moments where I think about how there are some times where I'm really sitting with the reality that there are certain things that like our universe doesn't want black people to enjoy, to benefit from. And it's awkward because again, for anything to be white people stuff or anything to be Caucasian stuff, it means that like we're saying that black people don't deserve it or don't need to be doing it. And it's like, why? Again, there are so many black people who like so many different things. And there's moments where I hear other black people say things that make me wonder, like, damn, like, why is that? Why can't you enjoy this thing? Like, who's watching you? Who's surveilling you? And again, I'm sure it's not just a self-policing. I'm sure there are people in the community that would clown and make fun, but I'm just trying to offer that within all of that, there are so many marginalized black folk who are like enjoying all types of stuff and are still black and are still worthy of respect and care and support and compassion. And yet I'll hear some folks say things that let me know that like the limit around you is also like that's white supremacy, like being internalized and being projected out. And again, I have empathy, but I'm also like, damn, when it's happening from person to person, it's just hard to see and not want to intervene. And so I mean no disrespect. I'm just trying to offer that I've seen recently some black folks that are straight, that are cis, talking down to black trans people and making it seem like black trans people don't deserve support or care or love. And I've actually seen some folks like wonder what black folks in the LGBTQIA have ever done. And it's unfortunate because there's at least 16 activists that have been recognized actively, but there's so many more that haven't. And I'm not trying to play anybody like and make it seem like you should always know like who's done things to contribute to what. But I do believe that if we did more research on like black trans and queer contributions, I think people would actually see that there have been so many black queer and trans elders that have tried their best to be a part of the resistance in whatever way they could be. And again, being black and queer to this day is still taboo. Some of these people were literally hit with bricks and shit. Like, I don't know if people are realizing this, but that's still happening to this day. There's still trans people that look around before they go places. And I, as an agender person, have never had to deal with that shit. Like, I pass everywhere I go. Even though some people try to play me on here and say that I sound like a man, bitch, I ain't never had nobody accuse me of being a man, and I've never had that instance or that issue. For the most part, if anything, people think that I'm like a masculine stud or a masculine leaning like a person who is a woman still, but just dresses more masculine, or people will think I'm a girl. It's very rare that people are thinking that I'm a trans person. And even if they are, I'm usually not in danger still. And so I want to just put it out there that there are a lot of black trans people who are in danger. And it's not just white people, it's not just black people, it's a lot of people. And that's the other thing too, is that like within group, like there are so many black folks that know what it's like to be harmed by other black folk, to be limited by other black folk, to be told by other black folk like you're not, you're not doing this or that right, or you're not showing up in the community in the way I want you to. And again, I see the difference between black folks who like are really super into Christianity and black folks who are more into like tarot cards and you know veganism and shit like that. Like I just feel like there's layers to like ways like people are operating online and projecting their opinions. But I do wonder about this conversation about black women burning the cape. I really wonder if black women really think that like voting for Democrats, which was in the best interest of everyone, not just everyone, but also black women, is something that they're not interested in doing. Like that's what worries me. It's like there are some incels that are switching this information around and making it seem like black women should just start voting for Republicans and voting conservative. And like there's a big, as I said, it's all intertwined with like hating trans people, hating queer people, hating the board of education. Like I just genuinely wonder like where this is going to go truly, because there are so many black women who are educated in high places. And I'm like, huh? Like I'm really like, huh? But again, as I keep on trying to offer, sometimes the person of color is the op. And it's not to say that we should not trust black women. It's to offer that black cis women are actually being called to the carpet to see like, wait, like, are you burning the cape for everybody? Or like, like, are you still gonna be a part of like uplifting with sisters? Cause like, that's where I'm at. I'm like, black trans women are really just like, hold up. And I'm wondering on their fucking behalf, what's next? Because again, like there have been some like there's this black woman in like the UK, seemingly, who's I want to say her name is Kemi. I can't remember her last name. My bad. But she's been outspoken in this way that's like, yo, they have clearly figured out like if they find a brown person willing to say anti-black things, they will have a tool. And the way that she talks about how it's not a time for reparations. And that's another thing too. It made me think of this fight that I had with a friend where she accused me of making it seem like she's broke. And it wasn't like I was trying to be like, you're broke. It was more like we were having a conversation around something about something. And I was like, I was happy for her. Like I think I like said something about like, I was like, like you're a single parent. Like I said something about her being a single parent. I said something about her partner like having left her and like, her, holding it down. It was a positive thing. It was like, bitch, like I've seen you like go through a lot. I've seen you do a lot. Really, really. You see Keneal though. Listen, here's the thing that's weird. Me and Nubia have had multiple conversations off of this live where we've absolutely talked to each other. And I don't believe for a moment that me and Nubia haven't both apologized to each other for instances where we both were not having a good fucking conversation. So Keneal, I am grateful that you're here because we must talk about how me and Nubia have not had a good back and forth. We've absolutely had a bad back and forth. And I truly believe that me and Nubia are currently at a place where we're not beefing, but where we're being honest with each other. But I love it though. I love it though. I love Lipstick Alley. Thank you so much, baby. Thank you so much. Cause y'all really like y'all come through at the right time. Notice the timing of this, Nubia. Notice the timing of this. There's a desire to really like make it seem like I hate black women or I'm trying to harm black women. Meanwhile, I'm trying to be gentle as fuck about how black women have allies in black trans women. So, and that's wild. Like, what, like, I'm just like, here's my thing. I don't think for a moment that I've always talked to Nubia in the best way at all. Definitely not. I also feel like when you said that I was verbally abusing Nubia, I was thinking about this video that I just posted in my comment section of my last video, where there was a moment where somebody was trying to eat up Nubia, and me and her had a whole convo about how, like, damn, this person was bugging the fuck out. I'm sorry that this was happening. And I was thinking about how, like, damn, from that moment to this moment, like, well, not this moment, but a few fucking days ago, like, we've definitely had many conversations. And again, if folks are thinking that I'm being shitty to Nubia and want to speak up about it, I pray you do. Because again, if I am being shitty, I try to hold myself accountable. Will I fuck up again? I fucked up in the past? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I'm not about to sit here and act as if like I'm not like still trying to work through like how I'm communicating with people. So again, Camille, I'm glad you came here. I want you to know that you're not stopping anything. And I also want you to know, here's my thing though. Here's my thing though, Nubia. I feel like there have been moments where I've been dragged in the motherfucking chats and you came to my defense. And I also feel like there's been moments where like I've been candid with you about not feeling like you were communicating with me in a kind way. And I feel like vice versa. Like I feel like you brought things up to me yourself. But with that being said, even if we were not cool, like I still feel like we keep it cute. Like I feel like at the end of the day, like I feel like even if we really weren't cool, I feel like we'd keep it cute. But with that being said, I feel like if Nubia feels like offended by me or hurt by me, I really do hope that she would bring it to me. But at the same motherfucking time, Keneal, I have never seen you in here before, but I know that's why Keneal's in here. Keneal came in here because we having a real deep conversation about transphobia and how it's linked to anti-blackness. And they really want me and Nubia to fight, which we could, but why would we? Because honestly, I'm only interested in repair with Nubia. But, but, I'll say this. I think for anybody who's been watching me a long time, I think they know that I'm shifting in my behavior. And I think that this will be the time to come for me. Like, if I'm being super candid, this will be the time. This will be a perfect time, honestly. Like, now that I'm actually trying to, like, hold myself accountable and be in the room and not be, like, afraid of conflict, now would be a perfect time. But what they're not realizing is I have no ego in this. If I'm fucked up, I'd actually like to not be fucked up. I'd actually like to work towards like actually having peace and no conflict, or rather working through conflict in a way that makes us both feel like we're being heard and respected. But again, I know, and I've said this before, when you start preparing to have peace with people, that is when the war will come. Will you, and that's the thing, Nubia. Like that's the thing that's funny. I feel like out of everybody in this chat, you are the only person I have the fucking phone number to and could talk to directly. Like that's what's even crazier to me. Is like we actually have talked more than anybody else in this entire chat. So I feel like anyone thinking that like Nubia is like a super fan, no, we actually are human beings that talk outside of this chat where we both have autonomy and can be honest about how we feel. So, with that being said, some people in the chat, they're never going to get my phone number. Even though I've given it out, some of y'all will never talk to me. It's no shade. But we're just not going to be on that type of time. And it's fine. I don't expect anyone to become my bestie on here. But being able to talk deeper, being able to have deeper connections, deeper, conversations about stuff, being able to apologize in depth about behavior or just noticing things, that's been something I'm grateful for. But I don't get that with every person. I've definitely made mistakes on here and I'll never see that person again. Or worse, they're mad as fuck on Lipstick Alley talking shit about me for years. That sucks. I hate that I put any kind of trauma in anybody's body that got them like literally lurking on me and waiting to see me fail or be hurting. That sucks. I hate that. I do. I don't want to hurt nobody else, but I also want to be candid that wow, like man, like imagine if Nubia was hurting though and going through something. Why put her out there like that? Like I just feel like I didn't like that. Cause imagine if I am like a piece of shit ass person, you know what I mean? And she is really going through like trying to figure out, you know what I mean? Exactly. That's the whole point. Throwing a rock and hiding the hand. But that's what I'm saying. Like it's like fuck me for a moment. Fuck what you're trying to do to me. Why are you trying to put her out there like that? That's crazy. Like damn. Again, I'm grateful for Nubia. Like she has supported me through a lot of shit, and she's been kind to me when I wasn't being kind at all. And I'm not ashamed of that, but I am sitting with like the reality that I owe her. I owe a lot of y'all, but now I want to talk to Keneal. I'm glad. See Nubia. That's the whole point of this. It's not about you being a weak bitch. That's the whole point of this. Like they're trying to put us against each other. They're trying to make it seem like you're weak because we're still communicating, babes. What? But I listen. I'm not. Listen. That's the whole point of Keneal. I'm crying. And her saying that I'm eager to misunderstand black women. When? When was I eager to misunderstand black women? Like that's what's even more fascinating. I feel like I genuinely went from thinking I was a black woman to realizing I have so much more to learn. And now that I'm at a point where I'm like, oh, I have more to learn. That's what motherfuckers is like, yeah, well, no, it's not gonna work. It's okay though. Like you're good. Again, I see what's going on here. Like I'm telling y'all, there are a lot of concerted efforts to make some black folk, but especially black women, think that it's time to like have a have conflict with everyone who is literally not offering it. And that doesn't make sense. Like absolutely seen people being encouraged to be transphobic because what have quote unquote trans people done for black folk? Meanwhile, there are whole black activists. Like there's just a war on what's happening. There's a war on timelines. And again, I don't expect Keneal to come back. I don't expect it because we're actually having a conversation. Keneal wanted me to cuss you out or you to cuss me out. That's what they wanted. Like sometimes you have to really just see the forest for the motherfucking trees. Like some people really pop up to be like, hey, and now y'all fight. And we not fighting. Look at us. We over here waiting for Keneal to come back. For what? That's not what they want. They want me and you to fight. And we're not gonna give them that. So now what? Now what they gonna do? They wasn't thinking past this. They was only thinking that they was gonna rile me up. No, and you are, and you are, and you are. And again, you have been. No. What I'm trying to say though is like Keneal about to just like act like they didn't say that shit. About to just be gone for the rest of the chat. I'm telling you, and I'm not trying to make it seem like you're not busy at work. I'm just trying to say like they're really like they really wanted me and you to have a back and forth because I think they like when me and you be arguing, which is funny as hell because it's like I don't like that shit. I don't like to argue with you at the fuck all because you are quick. You are very quick, and I also feel like again Capricorns like we really know how to talk. Like we really know how to talk. And so with that being said, I feel like it's a little bit harder to talk to another Capricorn person in conflict because we both are like we're moving like you already know what I'm trying to say. Like we're moving so like we tactile, you know what I mean? We very trained, you know, F1 shooter, you know what I mean? Like very much again, I was just watching I don't know if anybody remembers Flavor of Love, but New York and like all of her reads, all the shady things she ever said. And I was just like screaming because I was like, yo, like the way Capricorn will just say some shit like matter of factly, it's like, wow, like we'll really just say some shit and motherfuckers will really just be screaming. And so again, exactly. Exactly. We be ready. We keep putting the clips. So that's what I'm just saying. Like us fighting is comedy probably to somebody. Clearly Keneal. But again, me fighting with you, it's just it never made sense. And so I'm glad that I came to that conclusion. I'm glad that I've healed. I'm glad I'm healing from being motherfucking wayward and going off on folk. Because again, Nubia, you're not the only person I've dragged. I've dragged several people in here I'm sure there's people that really don't fuck with me at the fuck all for all types of reasons. That's valid as hell. I feel like if anybody's uncomfortable being here, I release you. Please leave. Don't be here. It's not worth it. Protect yourself. That's really where I'm at. Like, I really have no desire to conflict with anybody, but I also think that's the thing about conflict is when you have conflict with people, you actually become deeper and you become stronger in relationship. Not always, but when you have a conflict with someone and y'all are able to like figure out how to meet each other, where you're each at, you do start to build trust. And I really think that that's why, like I said, what I said in regards to Nubia is like, we've had conflict in this chat, we've had conflict personally, but I truly believe at the end of the day, it built more trust than it broke it. And so I feel like even in this moment, when you popped out, I was like, hold on now, because again, like me and Nubia have had conflict and we've grown from it, I felt. But again, even if we didn't grow from it, even if like our conflict was, messy and you saw it and you want to talk about it, I just want to be candid that, there have been ways I've been responding on here, or I've been on here that are not the way to be behaving. And I don't expect anyone to understand that. I don't expect anyone to be understanding. I think that it's very okay for people to be like, fuck you and go. And I think more people are going to do that. And I'm happy for them. I really think that like that's something I had to sit with. Like this person was trying to set a boundary with me and I was very upset about it and I lashed out. And then they were trying to apologize to me because they felt like they were being too harsh with me. And I'm like, you know what? I appreciate you saying that you were too harsh with me, but also I'm so proud of you for saying no. Cause like once she told me that she has a hard time with boundaries, I'm like, you know what? It probably was so hard to tell me that you're not giving me what I deserve. It's not acceptable. That probably wasn't easy. Like she was still trying to keep me in her life in some way, but she was still trying to tell me no. And so I'm trying to hold that like sometimes like having connections with people means being like, you know what? It's a good thing that you said fuck you to me. And I have to hold that. Like there's been times where I've been dragged where I'm actually glad that person really held it down and really kept their foot on my neck. That's a part I truly believe of acknowledging your privilege is that like there's times where you're the asshole or there's times where you're actually down bad and like somebody does deserve to slap shit out you in the ways that they have to offer, which might be just a direct truth. And so, with that all being said, like I recently had to sit with the fact that even though somebody was apologizing to me, I owed them an apology as well. And that the way that I devolved after hearing no or hearing a boundary was not how the fuck I want to be behaving, but I did that shit. And so I don't want to ever hold a standard like, oh, I've never been shitty or I've never been a bad friend or never been on here unethical or being annoying or also being harmful. I never want to be that person because one of y'all, some of y'all out there are struggling with the reality that you did something that you didn't want to do or that you did something that you regret doing. Feel that shit. Suffer, bitch. Suffer a little bit about it. But then also don't do that shit again. Grow from it. Like be different now. Like know that that's not how the fuck you want to move. You don't have to keep moving that way. I really think that unfortunately, like in the midst of like holding ourselves accountable, there's also some people who don't think like there can be dignity after accountability that we can hold that we fucked up and still be worthy of support and community. And I know some people don't want to believe that. Some people really want to believe if you've caused harm, you deserve to just be by yourself. That's not realistic. There's a lot of people who cause harm who people don't even give a fuck to bring it up. So I'm not trying to make the case that we all need to be around abusive people, harmful people, people that treat us poorly. What I'm trying to offer is that there are going to be people who treat us poorly and then we tell them about it, we talk about it, and then they don't treat us poorly. And then the standard is held in a different way. I know that some people don't want to hold that. Now we on the blogs. I'm crying. Listen, Nubia, who cares? Nubia, who cares? Let's just not even care too deeply about it because, like I said, the whole point of that was to have us fighting. The whole point was to have us acting like, oh no, we're good people. No, I'm so good. Like that's what they want. They want me to perform like I'm so good. I've never done anything bad. I'm such a good person. I'm not. Now what? Discard me if that's what you need to do. If you need to be around influencers that have never made a mistake, go be around them. If you want to go find the perfect influencer, please go find them. I beg you. But I'm not that, and I never purported to be that. I'm a bitch that turns on the camera and I make mistakes every now and then. Not every motherfucking day, but I definitely fucked up in the past. So, with that being said, I just want us to hold that we're not going to always be able to tie shit in a nice little bow. Sometimes we're going to be crying, throwing up, stressed the fuck out, but I literally know that my relationship with Nubia is not it's not one that's been perfect. It's really not. And I'm grateful that they even still want to be close with me and be nice with me. Like if I can be candid, if I can be vulnerable, I'm grateful that they have so much grace. Like genuinely that they offered me grace. Like in a time when like I didn't feel like I deserved it. So again, I know some people may want to see two folks fight, but at this point, I'm grateful that we've fought enough to know how to fight each other better. Like I think that that's the thing about building relationships with people is like people don't stop fighting with each other. We learn how to fight differently and in a way that's strategic, and so that's why in some relationships people start fighting and it gets real nasty, and it's like damn, because that fight wasn't to get anything other than to hurt you. And so I think me and Nubia have moved on. At least in my mind, we've moved on from trying to hurt each other and fight and conflict. I think we've upgraded to like trying to set boundaries with each other, which I think is a really beautiful thing. Because again, having friendships is hard, but I think what's even harder is telling your friend no. Telling your friend I don't like this shit. Telling your friend or someone that you appreciate or like in any way, I actually don't appreciate how you handled this, or I don't like this shit. That is harder. Like I do have privilege in this moment in many ways. I'm not just a lighter skinned person. I'm also a lighter skinned person who is talking about anti-blackness in a particular way. I also have been followed by predominantly black women for most of my internet career. And so again, I'm sure there are people that are like, wait, like what's happening? What's going on? That's real. That is real. I'm never going to shy away from the fact that I've been shitty on here. You're never going to catch me making it seem like I'm just so different now. Bitch, I change my name every once in a while on here because I just do. But you can always find my hate thread, bitch. Don't worry, they're constantly updating. I love it. Again, I feel like we spent so much time on Cadil, but I feel like most of this fucking live wasn't about that. But I'm also feeling complete, to be real with you. I think moving forward, though, I think I am going to pull a tarot card for this moment. And actually, I'm going to pull a tarot card for myself. Because I've been feeling fucking out of sorts all fucking day, bitch. And so that's another reason why Camille couldn't fuck with me. Because I'm like, Camille, I got real problems. I got killers out here. Like, Camille, I don't know if you was hearing the whole live, but bitch, I got killers. Like, I got real shit going on, babe. Like, not saying it's not real to be fucking shady and aggy and annoying as fuck online. It is real, but sweetie, I got real shit going on right now. Like, please. Ugh. Anyways, I'm pulling this card for myself. I'm gonna pull a card for the collective too, because I'm not stingy. But I just want to pull a card for me. Universe, just give me something, because sweetie is the way. Ooh, Pentacles, bitch, please. Damn, not Seven of Cups. I'm not Seven of Cups, and I held it up like this. Damn. What was on the top? Okay, Knight of Wands. Okay, bitch. Okay, Two of Cups. Okay, bitch. Yeah, you right. You right. I am loved. Yeah, I am a fiery ass, strong ass bitch, and I do be on some delusional shit. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Dick. You're not wrong. But I feel like the Seven of Cups upside down means, bitch, I'm not delusional as I was. You know what I mean? I'm not as delusional as I was, babe. That Seven of Cups flipped. I ain't lost in my delusions like that. And I'm also aware that sometimes you gotta disconnect with people to love yourself better, to do more shit, to move forward. You just gotta love people differently. And maybe also reappraise what the fuck you thought love was. Because, baby, I thought love was a couple different things. And now I know. Love. There's even more things than I thought. It's too big to even talk about right now, bitch. I don't have the time for it. But I'll say this. For the collective, I'm going to pull 3 cards for y'all just for some hope. I'm going to pull some cards for hope, babe. Because I hope y'all have some motherfucking good days, some pleasure, some snacks, something kind happening to you. Middle card. Ooh, damn, not 5 of Pentacles. I feel like I already told y'all. I feel like we did a spread for the last couple of weeks, and I told y'all the 5 of Pentacles was coming. Now, I know it's for hope, but that card was in the middle. This bitch was on the top. Ooh, that's my chart ruler. You see the Empress? That's Venus, baby. That's pure love, baby. Pure love, baby. Right on top, bitch. Even though you got the 5 of Pentacles in the middle, bitch. On the top, you got a bad bitch. And on the bottom, oh, another bad bitch appears. What is that, Queen of Wands? Damn. Damn. Y'all got some bad bitches on y'all side. Like, wow. Like, on the bottom, bitch. On the bottom. The Queen of motherfucking Wands. She a fire girl. Yeah. Now, I feel like this Aries, I feel like she Aries as fuck. I feel like Empress, you know, between me and you, it's a Libra, but it could be Taurus too. It's mostly Libra though. That's how I choose to see her. I feel like the Empress, even though I got Taurus rising, I feel like Venus is definitely a girly. I feel like on some Venus as a boy, I feel like that's how I see Taurus energy. But yeah, I genuinely see like big Libra energy, big togetherness vibes, big community vibes. Like y'all really need to be pampering yourselves. I see somebody right now ignoring a bath bomb. I hear somebody motherfucking foot sounding like the beginning of Computer Love, bitch. And mine too. So I'm talking to me as well. But for anybody out there who hasn't been, you know, soaking their foot, hasn't been putting on lotion, hasn't been wiping deeply into the crevices of their ass and detailing their body with some hot soapy water, I just want you to know it's never too late to turn that around. For my girls with the sensory that ain't been brushing their teeth, baby, I want you to get some motherfucking cloves, and I want you to put the cloves inside of some coconut oil, and I want you to boil some water on the stove, and then as soon as that water, you cut it off, I want you to put that clove oil inside of that hot water and let it just sit for a little bit with a lid on top of it. Let that shit sit for an hour. I want you to rinse your teeth with it. I want you to do a little oil pull, and then I want you to do a brush after that. Please, God, do not be like me, bitch, and get caught up. Do not be like me and get caught up, bitch. I'm telling you from experience. You want to fuck with the clove oil, make it yourself. It's very easy. If you can't make it yourself, you can buy some. That's fine. But I would suggest you make it your damn self only because it would be so much fucking cheaper to do it on your own. And look into clove oil if you don't believe me, but it helps to remineralize teeth. Anybody out there worried about your teeth health? I'm trying to offer some support. That's it. I'm not trying to play nobody. But the Empress card is very clear. Like she likes to be smelling good. She likes to feel clean. And she very much likes to do the extras. And I know that right now money is fucked up. That's why the 5 of Pentacles in the middle. In the pit of your stomach, you know you can't afford to do a lot of shit right now. I know. And there's a lot of people getting laid off, a lot of people getting put out, a lot of people going through a lot of hard shit. You're not wrong. Nubia, hey baby. I'm excited to see your smile, bitch. That's exciting. I've been thinking about it myself, honestly, because I was wanting to get a whitening and I want to do a lot of stuff, honestly, but I just feel like for right now, I'm focused on remineralizing. That's what I'm focused on. You feel me? I'm focused on remineralizing. Trying to heal some cavities. I heard that this helps heal cavity. So again, if you were interested, look into it. Bitch, Capricorns and knees, bitch. Your shit been cracking yet? Let me know. Now, as I said, that queen on the bottom, Queen of Wands, she big Aries energy, big fire energy. But one thing that I know about the Queen of Wands is she's very motherfucking organized. The fact that she's on the bottom is maybe a reminder to anybody here that you bought that notebook for a reason. You got them nice pens for a reason. You got that calendar, that planner for a reason. Please use them. The new year is upon us. It is time for you to get into it. I know some of y'all might be waiting to like use it on the first day of the new year. I get you. Whatever makes sense. But definitely get into your books. Definitely get into your shit. At least get your your writing station together. You know what I mean? She's a very business lady. Like Queen of Wands is a business bitch. She usually has a black cat with her. She usually is quite mysterious in her ways, but she has so much power. She has so much energy. She's a very fiery queen, but at the same time, she very like garden esque. Like she loves to grow things as well. Like Juan's energy is big earth fire. You know, we're talking about the fire from the sun, fire from volcano, fire from motherfucking shit. The reflection of the sun could burn your ass. Like again, fire energy is Mars, it's the sun, it's Jupiter. So we're dealing with fire, we're dealing with energy that kind of just bursts out. We're dealing with something very quick. And again, on the very top of the Empress, Empress kind of slow. Empress is the girl at the party who dancing like Sabrina Carpenter. Like Empress is really the girlie that's just like swaying around in a baby doll dress, like just kind of getting a little bit dizzy, laughing, and nobody cares because she's so cute. Whereas the Queen of Wands is the girl that's like rolling up a blunt in the middle of the party, and this is not her house. She don't even know if you can smoke in there. She don't care. You invite her to your house, like she gonna do what she gonna do. So in the middle of all of that might be a desire to save money, not go through any more hardship. And so again, there may be a big desire to pamper yourself, and there may be also a big desire to heal and restore yourself in a way that seems very natural. And so for anybody out there that's smoking a lot of weed right now, baby, I see you and I hear you and I affirm you. If possible, and this is just me trying to offer something, I could be wrong, but you can always take your weed and decarb it. You're gonna look into how to make canna butter. I would suggest anyone that feels like they're going too hard on smoking weed to start to cook with weed. I know that some people may not think about it, but there's so many cannabinoids in weed. It's more than just THC. And some of us may just be addicted to the habit of smoking. Like I know for me, it's a ritual. Rolling up my weed, smoking it, it makes me feel like I'm connected in a certain way to like whatever task I'm doing. And also, sometimes it feels like a measurement of time. Like I know if I smoke one of my zoots, my food will be done. You know, I know if I smoke and go take a shower, by that time, like some other thing will be done. Like it's just a lot of things. It's not just like something I'm smoking. It's also something that's helping me measure time. It's also something social. And again, I am a fucking addict, and it's been feeling so empowering saying that I'm an addict because I've only met more addicts being candid. And one thing that I'm noticing is like a lot of addicts are trying our best to find a way to not be as addicted to one thing and try to diversify our addictions. I'm also seeing people who are addicts being a little bit more candid about how, if they could get away with it, they would. And so I have to believe that it's all about harm reduction. It's like there's things that we're going to look that we want to do and we want to do them. Like sometimes I'll be smoking and I'll be like, do I really need this? And I'll be laughing to myself because it's like if I didn't think so, I probably wouldn't do it. Like there's so much shit that I don't need that I don't do. So I don't know. There's moments where I'm like really into what I'm doing, and then there's moments where I'm like, what the fuck? But I say all that to say the Empress card kind of like sitting on a teeter-totter on the other side is the Queen of Wands, and in the middle is like literally hardship and lack. It might speak to the reality that like overindulgence around like caring for yourself could really lead to financial ruin. So be mindful about going hard with the bath bombs and the extras because again, as much as Venus wants us to take care of ourselves, ooh, it cut me for a moment, but we're back. But as much as like Venus wants us to be indulgent, she also wants us to seek support and community. Venus is very community oriented, but she also, I want to say, rules like women. She rules vaginas. She rules queer people. She rules I want to say lotus flowers. Um, there are a lot of things. Like I think that's why like the tarot is never all the way learned. Like I think you're always learning it because some of these cards are connected with so many different things. Like the number three, um, pregnancy, fucking children, babies, the spring. I want to say spring. Venus is spring. But also fall, right? Because of Virgo. Oh, excuse me, because of Libra. So like she's ruling Libra times, which is that that time in September and October, and then she's also ruling parts of May and parts of April. And I think about that too. That she comes when things are like going to sleep, and then she comes when things are waking up. And so it's big creative energy. And so maybe that's also part of it is that like you're trying to balance your creative vision with the finite power that you have in your body. Because also, we are in Sag season. So we could also interpret the Queen of Wands as being in Sag season and trying to hold that we're in the midst of Jupiterian energy. We're in the midst of energy that makes us want to create really badly and makes us want to do a lot of things. And yet we need to like balance our checkbooks. We need to be looking at what our finances are looking at. We need to be doing all types of things to make sure that we're good. And yet, Venus is still around us and still wanting us to just be more and more mindful about how we can make our lives maybe a little sweeter and tender with what we actually do have versus going outside of ourselves. Like how we can reach out to community for the support that we're seeking, instead of trying to Queen of Wands it and just like go super hard and jump out the window. Because Sag energy, Sag season, like this is my moon sign times, this is my Mars sign times. I don't know about you, but I felt like more tired and more full of energy than I felt this whole year. Like Sag season is really like whoa. And again, I know we're getting into Capricorn season, which is terrifying. I am terrified for this Capricorn season, but who knows? Who knows how it's going to shake out for us? But I know, in terms of hope, I would say these cards are offering that. Even though you may not have the finances, even though you may not have the support, there's still a fire within you. There's still a desire to create more and to do more, and that maybe in this moment you can't really imagine doing more. Maybe all you can imagine is laying in your bathtub. Maybe all you can imagine is just getting drunk as fuck, getting high as hell. Like I know Venus definitely rules, like I want to say alcohol, and so there may be a desire to get really fucked up and get really high. Like I want to say Venus also rules drugs. And so like there could be a really big desire to bring that Venusian energy into Sag season. And it may not be a good thing. Like there may be a big desire again to like pamper yourself and treat yourself super well. And you can do that within your means. And maybe, Sag will help you because Sag is big business energy. She's enterprising as fuck. And so is Aries, but Aries can be a little rough, and a little spicy with how she says it. Sag has a smile in her tone. And so maybe that's part of it too, is like finding a way to communicate what you need with people because, you want to be in harmony. You want to be, with the lovers. Like the Venus, excuse me, the Empress is connected to the Lovers card as well. But the Empress card also rules the threes, and I feel like we are talking about like. Actually, I don't know if we talked about the threes today, but the threes are about community. It's the first time the zodiac. It's the first, like three is the first real number. Like instead of a point with one, and instead of a line with two, with three you get a full picture. And so perhaps like that's part of it too, is like there's a desire to maybe look beyond the moment's desire and the moment's impulse and start to look beyond what it is. Like maybe you're noticing you have an addiction and maybe you're also noticing that your money is getting fucked up because of it. Maybe what's that third piece that you need? What's that third support that could also like help you shift behavior? Like what's that last piece that can help you like do something different? Or even like shift your mindset around why you're doing it. Like, yeah, maybe you are an addict. Maybe your life has been really fucked up and that's why you're doing all these drugs. But also, what other things could you do to fill your time that can maybe break it up? Like, that's where I'm at as an addict. Like, I'm like, what can I do to like stop smoking? Like, what could I do to put myself out of a position to smoke and just be high as hell all the time? Because again, that's the thing about addiction is like you have to find the time as the addict to do the drug to become the addict. Like you actually have to create the time, which I think is part of what people don't think about with addicts is that like it's not that we're just like fuck everybody. It's a gradual stealing of time to give to the addiction. And I'm not saying I understand it. I'm trying to offer that like when we're in our addiction, when we're doing our addiction, or we're like ingesting or imbibing or whatever we're doing, indulging, those moments are often mindless. Like I think about how like there's very few times up until recently where I actually thought about what I was doing. Like I usually am just like rolling up and just living life. Like it's like when you're actually an addict, like you have to really think about what how you got here and work backwards. And so again, as I said, at this point in addiction, I realize that I do like to smoke. It does feel good. I'm still getting something from it. However, I think that I've started to think about how smoking, teeth problems, having to, feeling like my smile's not as bright, feeling like I could go get a whitening, feeling like I should get a deep cleaning. All these things in my mind are there. When I think about my addiction, like I think about how like, if I didn't have any cosmetic issues, like would I really care as much? And if I'm being honest, no. I feel like my big issue with smoking at this point is that I feel like I do need to like do something different because I am kind of going really hard now. So I have to hold. But there were a lot of times where I just was not feeling like taking care of myself. And I think that's another thing too. I feel like someone was like asking me, or people have asked me, like, oh, why haven't you killed yourself? I don't think people realize that I have. Like, I feel like there have been many ways I have died at my own hand. And like, I don't think we talk about it enough as people who are like depressed, who have suicidal ideation. Like, there are ways that we are dead, and I don't think we always think about it. Um, wait, Cool Beans, what's happening? Wait, Cool Beans, why are you hiding Nubia? Please don't hide Nubia, Cool Beans. Like, we're Gucci. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. But, oh, I'm crying as hell. Okay, word. I was worried as hell. I was like, wait. I was like, there is nothing happening here that would require that. Okay, cool. Thanks. Thanks for explaining. Excuse me. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so fucking much. Just thank you for even being a mod here. We love you. But yeah, I'm trying to think about what the fuck I was just saying because I literally am forgetting. Um, oh yeah, as I said, like there's times where like I actively was killing myself, but I wasn't thinking about it. But I think like between the like not feeling well enough to brush my teeth, not feeling well enough to do my hair, not feeling well enough to like literally put lotion on my body, like just washing and just going into the bed and not even taking care of my hair, my body. Going to bed without a bonnet on multiple times in a row, getting fairy knots, having to cut large chunks of my hair out because it's literally all split. Like there's lots of ways I've been dead, I feel. And I've had to like actively like bring myself back to life. And I think about how, in the midst of that, like in the midst of like not brushing my teeth, in the midst of not taking care of myself the best I'm entering in a relationship. And like, I know for some people who've been watching me, they're like, bitch, what's going on? No, I know. Like, there's a part of me that feels like being in this relationship is insane. Like, I really do need to go somewhere and take care of myself, like on some mental health vacation type shit. But at the same time, there's also a part of me that's like, I am crashed the fuck out in a way that like is so insane. And like, this person has only like offered me like support and care and compassion. And it's definitely not been an energy of like, oh, like get better. Like it's been like, I hope that, I hope you're feeling good. How are you today? Like definitely not like, on like I don't think he realizes how fucked up I am. Like I really don't think he sees it like that. Like I think I also we really don't have large pieces of time together, unfortunately. And I know his family is really happy, like his sister's really happy that we're together, but his mom is lashing out at him right now, which feels insane. Like his mom is mad that he's not moving out fast enough from her home when like they're literally talking about turning his room into a recording studio for this old man that she lives with who's being crazy. Meanwhile, like they're really lashing out because he's no longer paying the internet and giving them money for rent, which is valid, but like he's literally lived with me for months. So the fact that he just stopped doing that now, it's like y'all are mad, but y'all got free internet and fucking rent for someone that wasn't even there for like almost 6 months. Like I think it's valid for him to like, step back from y'all. Like him going to get the rest of his things out of a bedroom, he can do that, but like my god, like I don't know, like again, I don't think that I should be in a relationship. I'm gonna be super real. I feel selfish being in this situation because I do care for him, but there's also a part of me that's like, bitch, you need to care about yourself more than him. And I am, but at the same time, I can't be as much as I should be if I'm with someone. So yeah, trust me, I know it's crazy. I know like it felt good to jump into a relationship after a man almost killed me. But when I review the tapes, I'm like, okay, I see how I got here. And again, do I love Dane? So much. So much. So much that I know that I'm probably not in a good relationship with him because again, I'm not well. And so yeah, it's wild. It's a wild time for me to be alive. I know it's a lot to unload. I feel like I'm gonna save this live just because again, I feel like the way that I'm feeling is valid, and I don't know if I would have even bothered to say this if I hadn't like been going through all this fucking shit. Like if I hadn't really like started like just literally sobbing like for the past like 48 hours, like just been crying. Like I don't think I would have came here and been this honest with you, but I'm glad I am because again, like the way that we are slow killing ourselves as people who are depressed, as people who are just like feeling like things are just so bad, like what could we do? And all we're doing is sitting there smoking and not even bothering to wash our damn face or even our ass or even brush our teeth. I'm not shitting on anyone. I'm saying like it is so scary to think about how we can actually cause harm to ourselves by literally doing nothing. Like it's really scary, but I've definitely been in that situation for a while, and like I'm glad that I'm like doing different shit now, but I'm still struggling. Like I'm not gonna like pretend like I'm not. Like I'm still fucked up and I'm still down bad down out here. So I don't want to make it seem like I'm doing better. Like nah, like I think I'm just living in a different place, and I have someone that is accommodating me, and I think that's why I'm also bringing this up. That like I know part of my relationship is because I need support, and I'm not getting it. Like I'm not getting my needs met in mad ways, and so being in a relationship is one way to get it. And I want to also be candid that like for folks that are like not in relationships with people, I want to be candid that like going into a relationship with this person was not my idea. I feel like I literally, Elle, thank you for being candid. I love you so much. Thank you just for being honest. And I'm really hoping that if you feel safe or comfortable to reach out, like I'm down to just like be someone that you can vent to about it. Cause again, when you're going through this kind of shit, it can be kind of like isolating on top of being isolating. Cause it's like now people are calling you dirty and nasty and shit. And it's like, oh wow, like now I'm going through shit and like y'all really don't care. Like, but y'all want to make fun of me. Okay. Y'all want me to feel more pain. Okay. All right. Like that's such a wild thing to realize that like you're going through something and someone's like, actually, that's not enough, girl. Like, I actually want to put you through more. And it's like, oh, really? Like, why? Like, I be really wondering. But yeah, as I was saying, like when I first met Dane, like I met him on the Booty app. Like I literally met him on Tinder. I did not think like, oh, I'm trying to find a man. Don't get me wrong. I was trying to find a man to buy me dinner. Yes, I was. And I told him that. I told him that from the jump. I was like, I don't expect anything from you. I just want some dick and some food. And he's like, bet. But it didn't work out like that. Like, I kept on pushing him away. He was like, okay. And then at some point, I was like, I actually don't want to push him away anymore. I actually like how I feel when I'm around him. And again, I feel bad because like I know that I feel good around him because he's doing a lot of things for me. And I know that like that doesn't mean that like for somebody out there is like, oh, you can still be in a relationship and still feel like this. And it's like probably not for me, but other people could. I just want to be candid that like I feel shitty because like I really do care for him, but I also know like if I really cared for him, I'd probably go take care of myself and like be in a better place for myself, not just for this relationship. And again, I don't think I'm in a good place to be in a relationship, but I also don't know that I don't know that I'll ever really be, to be honest with you. Like I just feel like when I really think about it, it's like I really am craving being alone, and I feel bad about it. Like that's what sucks. Is like I'm craving like I've been trying to figure out with my friends like how to start like a co-op and how to be close with my friends in a co-op setting and like how to live with other femme people because like I really I like him. I love him. He's great. But I also feel like, bro, I like literally want to be alone so I can like figure out like what I really want to do. Because again, I met him when I just wanted some very simple things. And then we became entangled and I'm happy in ways. But I'm also terrified that I'm just going to like lose 2-3 years and then end up like fucked up again. And like I don't want that. Like I feel like that's really my motivation is to make sure that like without him I'm still standing. Like I don't want to be like at his whim, and he's never put me in any situation so far, but like I still would really really love to be just self-sufficient and not need a thing from him. And I've been trying to be that, and it's been really hard. Like I feel like I could easily like ask him for something and he'll do it, but then I'm like, do I want to set this standard? Like, do I want to be on this type of time? Like so far it's not been that. I don't know. It's like as much as I have a partner, I feel like I've still been trying to figure everything out on my own. Not everything, obviously, but like a lot of things, and not be entangled in a particular way. Try not to do old patterns, but I feel like our timeline is very old patterns. And so, I don't know. There's a part of me that's like, see where it goes. There's a part of me that's like, why? There's a part of me that's like, I can still love him and like do other things. Like, I don't have to live this life. I don't know. I just like again, I just don't want to be on some like kept type shit, on some stay home girlfriend shit. Like I really don't want that. I've been really trying to have a life, and I don't want to be like my man, my man, my man. That's not for me. But yeah, old habits be dying hard, don't they? Mad hard to fucking be a main character out here. At least for me, bitch. But I feel like that's again, like I have to sit with the reality that like some of us were raised to be like the help. We were raised to be the maid. We were raised to be the chef. We were raised to be the emotional support blanket. Like some of us are not raised to be main characters. And as soon as we try to be main character, now we're looking crazy out here. So listen, L, I love you so much. I appreciate you for just hearing me because again, like I know some people can't handle this conversation being said out of their face, and that's okay because bitch, I didn't think I was gonna tell y'all none of this shit, but I feel like it feels good as hell to be honest because again, I'm sitting with like my mom's life, I'm sitting with like women I've seen, and I see a lot of women like, or I've seen a lot of women just like be with men, and like the men were fucking up their life. And I feel like I feel guilty as hell because I have a man in my life who's not treating me badly, who's doing so much on my behalf, and I don't feel like this is where I should be. Like it's such a sick thing. Like I've been with men that did so little for me and like cared for me so little. and I'm finally getting like a partner that I feel like I don't really deserve. Like, I really don't feel like I'm there. Like, I really feel like he's too amazing. And sometimes I get really worried about like what this is gonna look like in the future because it's not that I don't think I deserve him, but like he is really doing things that I've never had anyone do for me. And when I say do for me, I just mean like love me. Like I've never been loved like this before. And again, it don't feel like a love bomb type love. It's not overly romantic gestures that mean nothing. It's like just remembering me. Just, never making me feel like I'm an inconvenience. And I be inconveniencing. I'm very aware of that, and I never feel it. Again, I wouldn't wish this on anybody, bitch. I just feel like I should have took some time before going out there, but I just wanted to have companionship again, and I feel like the universe really trying to show me something. Like, see, like you can't even enjoy the shit because you're not really where you need to be. So I don't know. I don't know what this is about to look like, but I am trying to work on like moving out because I like again I love Dane so much. He's so lovely, but I want to make sure that like I really love him. Like I want to make sure like I'm really the right person for him because if not, like I would really hate to be wasting his time. And there's just moments where I'm like thinking about other people. There's moments where I'm thinking about like wanting to date other people. There's moments where I want to be single. There's moments where I want to flirt with people. And then I feel bad. And like he told me he doesn't give a fuck, like as long as it doesn't affect our relationship. But it's like, I don't know what that means. Like, it's like I could talk to someone and they could fall in love with me. And then like our whole life changes. Like, what do you mean? Like, it's just like, I don't know. I don't know that I'm monogamous anymore. I don't know if I'm supposed to be monogamous. I don't know if this man is really monogamous. I don't know if he'd be open to a poly thing. I don't know what the fuck poly is really. I don't even think I'm poly. I don't even think I'm poly. I think I'm just bored and I think I just feel guilty and like I think that it's like making me feel less bad if like, I talk to someone else or I look at somebody else and like I feel bad because it's like I wanna like I feel myself wanting to escape and it's like but I'm happy but it's like I don't feel like I deserve this kind of happiness and then also it could just be like my trauma, like I also have to consider it could be that bitch, it could be that bitch trauma, but I don't know, bitch, I really don't know. But again, I'm saying all this to say that I know I'm fucked up, I know I'm crashing out, I know I'm down bad, I know I'm aware, my bad for anybody that's being affected by that. I'm not trying to be disconnected. I'm not trying to not talk to people. I'm just literally trying to like figure out like, do I? You know what? I'm not going to spiral any further. I think I'm just going to remember that I have a phone number to talk to somebody about getting regular therapy visits, and I think that that's what I need to do. I think I need to start getting a therapy appointment every week, and I think I need to talk to somebody, and I think I need to get my thoughts out there. I think I might probably need to get some fucking medication, probably at this point. But those things are possible for me. I need to just remember that. Those things are possible. Those things are possible. Those things are possible. Yeah. I don't know, bitch. I hope I have a better morning. But my bad for spiraling out. I know. For real. I love you. Bye. Oh, Princess Jasmine, I love you. Bye.